it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 644. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
And I want to add in there real quick, fuck cancer. That's it. That's all I want to say. For those of
Agreed.
For those of you who know, you understand. For those of you who don't know, keep listening. We'll get into that soon enough. So, anywho, outside of that, how is everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
That's good. I'm just sick of this whole apartment hunting, and I'm kind of hoping that the quest is finally over soon. Hoping.
We'll keep you in the positive thoughts, Ranma.
Thank you. I
think us in chat agree.
I agree. It's the situation that left me holding the bag that's kind of pissed off about the whole thing than the actual hunt itself. So, that's what I'm more pissed off about. But anywho, those of you who are on my private y'all know the story, so we're just going to leave it at that. So, anywho, we are live tonight, week of August 13th, 2024, right here on Twitch TV. We are here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And we're also proud to be part of the Voice... I already said that, yeah. Sorry, whoops. And you can always find the peeps at the VOG Network, Voice Geeks Network, on Twitch TV/VOG Network. And we also have a Discord, so come hang out with us there. It's vognetwork.com/Discord. Every channel that's a part of the Voice of Geeks Network, or in this case, every show, has a channel. So come through, hang out with us, maybe drop some news. We'd like to hear what's up. So now we got that out the way. We're going to go around the room and ask Ari and Barry, how was their week? How was their day? So, Ari, how was your week and how was your day?
Yeah, I've been gone for a while, haven't I?
Well,
Just with it.
It's called work, I think for a while on OLR, Dark Sakura was out for about, I think, 6-7 weeks because the shift that she ended up working a shift, like a Sunday shift. So, so it was just Rob and Loki. So that was cool. So, we get it. We understand. So,
Yeah, a bunch of afternoon shifts and combined with the overnight shift have really taken me away from the place, haven't it?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy on my end too. Like a couple weeks ago, while I was doing my house hunting, I ended up checking out this little condo, not condo, townhouse, in a nice little development. Very, doesn't have a basement. That's okay. It comes, new appliances, new stove, fridge, and a decent AC system. I tell my realtor, like, yeah, this place actually looks pretty nice. Can you put in an offer for me? Because I still had the pre-approval for the mortgage.
Right.
And not even 6 hours later, I got a text back from them and said they've accepted the offer.
Nice.
And so the process since then has all been about, getting all the various, paperwork signed so that I can get this house in my name.
Nice.
So yeah, I am just really excited about that.
Let me throw this up there for you.
Okay.
The winner is you.
Yeah. As of now, we close on the 30th, but I still have so much paperwork to get through. I just sent over stuff for the HOA.
Oh.
Which, yeah, it sucks that there's one, but it's only like $100 a month as opposed to some other places I looked at where it's like hundreds, if not $1,000.
Whoa, yeah. What are they offering with that? A gold card? A gold parking permit or something?
A reach around, you know?
Oh, no, maybe not that. Ooh, I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, I have to move. They also have a different power company than where I'm living at now, so I have to set up a new appointment with them. I have to. Same with the water, but that's not that big of a deal. And what else? Oh yeah, it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5, and
Mm.
one of the rooms already has shelves on the top, like towards the top of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I can put some of my collectibles and the Lego things that I've built, and I can put them up there, and I won't have to move one of these big ass bookcases over there as well.
It's sort of like what Mako-chan has at her place with all of her Funko Pops on the shelves.
Yeah, she installed them herself, didn't she?
If not her, and her mom did that.
Needless to say, I don't have nearly as much stuff as her.
Woo!
But that's just going to be my office. I'm already thinking about where I'm going to put the computer and whatnot.
That's good.
And I'll show you guys a link to it, like in our private chat.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm just what else can I say? It's
For once you rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, it sounds like things are going well.
Yeah, like when I moved into my apartment, I was in a similar position. I just like kind of did it on a spur of the moment. In the first couple, there were some like lean years, just barely squeaking by with getting bills paid and whatnot. So I feel like it's just going to be that, but on a slightly bigger scale.
Oh, okay.
But it's good news that I've hadn't had in a while, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm happy for you, bro.
Thanks.
So, my weekend days been kind of the same work and all of that. And as for you who have been following me more or less, my quest to find a new apartment. Like I said, some of y'all don't know like the BS behind it, but I haven't mentioned this, but I looked at a place last week, filled out the application. My roommate filled out the application. My future roommate filled out the application too. Sent everything over. Looks like it's so far so good. I put a deposit down, and I am hoping that we get the place, because I'll tell you briefly about it. It's a second floor walk up, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Each bedroom has their own bathroom. I do not care if I have a bathtub or not. I don't care. There's that. There's also a third room that could be a guest room or an office, which is kind of cool. And then there's a huge living room, a huge dining room, and a huge kitchen, and a really awesome 70s style motif in the place. I absolutely love it. I think I've kind of fallen for it because the place is huge and it's perfect. The only downside is I have to take a bus to get to this house, but it's only like a 10 or 15-minute bus ride from the stop. So my commute time's about the same. And there are 2 buses I can take to get to where I need to go to work. So I'm perfectly okay with that. There is a Chinese restaurant across the street. There's also laundromat across the street. There is a supermarket 20 minutes away, but unfortunately it's closing. So I'm hoping it becomes an Aldi's or a ShopRite. We'll see,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I go if I take the bus in the other direction, actually, one of the buses, I could take it directly down. It'll take me to a Target. So I'm completely happy about that. So So hopefully tomorrow, when my future roommate takes a look at the thing, looks at everything, and I talk to the real estate agent and see what else has to be done. Because I'm like, I'm ready to sign off right now on this. Right now, that's how excited I am about this. And if I get this place, I will be out of this little apartment by Labor Day, and it'll be great. The only thing that'll suck is trying to get the heavy duty stuff, like my furniture, And I would love to pack more, but I have no room. I legitimately have no room. And I'm not going to pack in what little room I have left till I get an official go ahead. So, And Bonzo 06 says, and I just got here and show's over. Oh, nah, dude. We're just getting started, my friend.
We just started.
We're just getting started, my friend. Nice. So that's what's been going on with me. So, Barry, it's been a while. How was your week? How was your day? How was your month?
Well, I ended up finding myself at Otakon. So a lot of what I did the last 2 weeks was going to Otakon, and then subsequently, as we all know, recovering from said Otakon. So
Are they still in DC?
Yeah, it's still in DC. Yeah. It was okay. Okay, they did bring back the Matsuri, which was actually quite nice. The only problem was it was like 98 degrees every day, and it was like 60% humidity. So it was basically Sweat Nation, and it was unpleasant. So with that caveat, I didn't cosplay or anything. I just dressed up. But basically just kind of enjoyed the event. And it was fun. It was fun. I got to meet up with some friends from my MMO that I'm part of and just generally have a pretty good time. I will say I need to do more walking. I need to do more before going to conventions again. My shins were screaming, legitimately. So that was not nice to recover from. But then I had a friend who came for the event and then stayed a little longer. She's actually from New York, which I thought was kind of funny. So she came down, she visited for a little while, and then she stayed a little longer. And then she went home on Thursday. And then, because we have a train station in the city, so she was able to just take the train. And then and then this past weekend I did a pancake and tie-dye day, but THAI dye. So we did tie-dye outside, but then for lunch we had pancakes. I made a bunch of pancakes. And then for dinner we all went out for tie. So it was just kind of a chill weekend. I'm definitely socialed out. Like, I can feel myself burned out. But hopefully I'm just going to chill out and clean my studio space, and then hopefully be right as rain in like a month or two, and then maybe socialize again. We shall see. We shall see. Pray for me, chat.
Dominus, ominous, may the gods.
Sorry, I'm gonna like escape my body here to say.
May the gods have mercy on your soul.
I'm being exercised, chat. Oh no. The garter belt has come out.
See, what you need to do is invoke your virtual prowess and have like Roombas like do everything.
Just like summon Roombas out of thin air.
Well, Barry, you have to understand, you are in your virtual form, which means you have prowess to the interwebs. Summoning.
This is fair.
Summoning internet-connected vacuum cleaners and so forth to come to your house and clean up everything.
I'm not the Cinderella of the interwebs, although some might believe otherwise.
I was thinking more like the Wicked Queen.
Oh, a wicked, wicked cleaning queen. Oh God.
But with better cleavage. Just saying.
Run! I swear to God, where's my bonk emote when I need this? Let me see. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
This boy. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. It's been good. Overall, I had needed some socializing with people and touching grass, so it was a nice change of pace. And now I can be a hermit gremlin, art gremlin for a few months, and I'll be okay.
Well, that's good.
But that's it.
Good. So, and I'm just finding out now, like, and I'll get into that in just a bit. So now we got that out the way. We're now going to get into some housekeeping tips and tricks here. There we go. It updates. Want to let you know that episodes of Anime Jam Session are available on our YouTube page. The episodes go up Thursdays at around 12 noon. If you don't see them, then they'll be up as quickly as possible because I probably forgot, and they'll probably go up as soon as I get home from work or the next day. So if you want to check out the video versions of this show, it's youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. Click on playlist or podcast, and you see the episodes there. So definitely check them out and enjoy and leave your comments. We appreciate that. And then we'll let you know the high point of our convention coverage, Anime NYC, August 23rd to 25th at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. I will be there. A friend of mine will be there to help me out with the reviews. I have one cosplay to go, and I will be cosplaying Ranma Saltome once again, just for the event that's coming up. They're having a panel to show for the world premiere, and of course, I gotta jump myself into the lottery to get that. So I'm kind of hoping for that. So we'll see how that goes. So I kind of feel, and I realize I feel like I'm not even ready for Anime NYC because it's not a year. Because the last year's convention, it was in November. Now it's in August. It's basically 3 months sooner because now during the summertime they have the entire convention center. So that's going to be fun. And I think after that is AAC in October, and I believe we're kind of done for the year. We might do WinterCon in December, local sci-fi con out in Queens. I might just go out there and book a room and just stay out there Saturday, Sunday, because I ain't trying to like hop on the train for like an hour and a half and bring stuff back and forth. No, I'm not feeling that. So now that we got that out the way, we're gonna get into the party show that y'all really enjoy because we like to get our nerd on here with Geek Roundtable. So what do you got for us this week, Ari? And while you do that, I'm going to mute my mic and pull off the bubble wrap on this particular figurine.
Well, I've got a bunch of stuff that I've wanted to show off for a while, but the first of them is this. This is the Jason Kelsey party animal Funko Pop. Nice. It's him when he was had his shirt off and like drinking and screaming. You can actually, it's a little hard to see with the there it is. There's the beer in hand that he had.
Doesn't he have a brother named Travis or something like that?
Yeah.
All right.
He plays for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and Jason is on the Eagles, right?
Yeah, he just retired this past year.
Wow.
But if you've seen commercials in this area, especially for Wawa, he's like all over those.
Well, I mean, I would
also, it's a little bit of a missed opportunity that's labeled 82 and not 62, but whatever.
I think it's just the numerical order of that series of pops. That's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm. Still, it's nice that I have it. I haven't taken it out of either box yet. Probably not coming to.
I sure as hell wouldn't, you know. Let's see, what else do we have? For my Geek Roundtable, I've been catching up with anime. I'm a few episodes behind on Nier Automata. I'm really enjoying that. I'm caught up with Oshino Ko, and Elf is on a diet, or plus size Elf, whichever one you want to call that. I'm caught up with the dub of Isla Speaks Her Feelings in Russian, and I think for that they're leaving the actual Japanese voice actress speaking Russian in that. I can't tell. Let's see what else. I know there's a couple of other titles I've been watching, but I don't fully remember because I just like watch on a whim and then totally forget to update my anime list. I am basically caught up with Data Live season 5. If I had gotten home on time, I would have watched the last 2 episodes. So there's that. And for one of my figurines I want to show off, I don't think I've shown this off yet. If I have, my bad. As you know, when it comes to My Hero Academia, my favorite gals is Ochako, Toga, Mei Hatsume, and Momo Yaruzu. They're my favorites. But I would say top gal would be Ochako, then
Yes.
Toga, then May, then Momo. So I went out and ordered this. I got this joint venture figure from Crunchyroll. I ordered from Otaku Mode. My Hero Academia Ochako Uraka figurine. It's her posing, getting ready to fight. It's just kind of cool. And hopefully, in my new place, if I get it, I can actually put it up. The rooms are ridiculously big, so I can actually put out. I can get another dresser and just kind of lay stuff out. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. The room is so big, I could put in a full PC setup and have my TV and all of that. So there's cool and all of that. So to go back to my Geek Roundtable, Bob Coffey says in our chat room at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, Sumipei's Russian is legit. During her panel at AX, she ended up having a conversation in Russian with a Russian-American girl, which she had translated into Japanese to the interpreter, who then translated it back into English for us. Well, that's cool. I like that. And I think in Love Live, I think it's Superstar, one of the seiyus is actually English. She was born in America and moved to Japan, and something like that. I don't fully remember. Well, something like that. I'll look it up. If that or Bob Coffey will tell me who it is, so you know. Anywho, that's been my weekend day. So, Barry, any projects you've been working on?
Not
Oh,
really.
boy.
Well, project sort of, I guess, because I didn't really cosplay at this year's Otakon, but I'm thinking for Anime USA,
Mm-hmm.
I might do a free run costume. I'm not sure yet, just because the weather, because it's hot, and free run's costume is kind of like a fall weather costume. At least to me, it's
Yep.
like a fall weather costume. So that's what I'm debating on. But I was just gonna share one of the things that I got at Otakon, which was, it was like a rose pin, but it had a curse word on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Flowery Language, and I just really appreciated the artist's puns and humor. So I ended up getting one that was like blue roses with like kind of that opalescent kind of purpley enamel, and then it had the F word on it, and I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed the website in the chat here at twitch.tv/anime jam session. But you keep buying vintage fabric because you're bad with money. I have actually been combing through what I really like, all my little stash, and I've been trying to narrow it down to fabrics and fibers that I really want to use.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up finding out that there is a repurpose, reuse, and recycle stash store near me, and
Right.
I've been cleaning out my studio and my living quarters of all the little detritus and knickknacks and things that I don't think I would use, but somebody else might. And they do
Oh,
collect
that's
fabric, and
cool.
they do collect trims and bits and bobs. And I can also indulge myself, right? I can also get some new trims and new little bits and bobs of fabric to try things with for very cheap. I think they charge like $2. No, it's like $4 a pound of fabric, and then I got a bunch of silver wire and some jewelry making supplies for like two to $3. So it's been a really nice little, like, I get to feel good about giving back to the community. It's local, so it
Mm-hmm.
helps out my local community. And then I also get to find new things that I will use. Like I found a lovely 100% linen embroidered kerchief, which is
Yeah.
going to be a friend's gift soon. She does a lot of historical costuming. They do a lot of historical costuming. So I picked it up for her and I gave it a good wash, and I think I might dye it bright colors for her.
Hmm.
And then yeah, and so it's just been kind of neat to find lovely little knickknacks there and be able to donate back and not be worried of if it's going to go to the landfill or something like that, because it's going to go to loving homes, but also benefit a small business. So I'm very pleased.
Well, that's good. I'm really glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for cosplayers too, because they don't just have fabric there. They also have everything from styrofoam to yarn to crocheting stuff. They have books on things. They even had, I think last time I went, they had like really old Cricut machines and like just a lot of technology that you don't see around anymore for crafting,
Hmm.
which was really neat.
That's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just hope that the younger generation would really get more into that, because it's
Hmm.
like now it's all about buying the cosplays and putting it together, getting promoted, and then getting butthurt that they can't compete in a masquerade because they didn't make it.
I mean, a lot of
What'd you
it too
think was
is
going to
just,
happen?
Mm.
yeah, a lot of it too is just accessibility, right? Because if it's cheaper to just buy like the $40 costume off AliExpress than it is to buy the supplies to make it, which unfortunately, and I don't say this lightly, but like some of them actually look pretty legit. Like some of them, if you
Well,
gave them a nice press
mm-hmm.
with an iron, it doesn't mean that you can compete with them, but it's that photo rule, right? The 5 foot away rule, where like if it's 5 foot away, it can look pretty nice. But it's when you get close is how judges and guests at conventions will judge your costume. Um, so yeah, it's just something to think about. They're great for photography and stuff like that. I don't usually condone them because of slave labor and like the quality is just not there. They're basically
Well,
trash costumes.
no, well,
But
no, no, I totally get. But
mm-mm.
like I said, I've said this many times. I remember the
Mm-hmm.
times, like in the late '90s. God, I'm dating myself. Early 2000s, even into the 2010s. It wasn't a no big thing to buy or commission a cosplay and
Yeah.
compete in it, because during those times, it was a walk on. You were just walking on, showing it off, and that's what you were competing about, how it looked.
Yeah.
And now that's changed. If you
Yes, it
wanted
has.
if you want to do hall cosplay, you have to do craftsmanship. It's one and the
Yep.
same now. Some conventions
Yeah,
do
and
things slightly different.
the
Yeah,
quality has gone up exponentially,
and I
like
and
so
somebody
much.
today in one of the chats I'm in was talking about they won a specific character from Baldur's Gate 3, and they went looking on one of the Chinese cosplaying sites, and they didn't have it. She needed it for a con in 2 months, and I was like, I wish you the best, because now it just seems like a lot of people want to cosplay. If they can't find that certain character that they want, they will wait for whoever is mass producing them to announce it, as opposed to going to somebody to get it made. Now, I understand
Hmm.
going to a commissioner to get a cosplay is expensive, and I get that. But
Mm-hmm.
also remember, the person you are getting the cosplay from has years of experience, and
Yep.
the costume is not going to feel cheap on you. And depending on what the cosplay is, you could probably wear it out or something like that.
Yeah,
There's a
like
benefit to
we've
that.
talked before,
Yeah.
Ranma. Like when I make my cosplay, I try to make it into either something that's gonna like blend into my wardrobe, or it'll be something like a costume that I can wear for years. I've literally looked in my closet recently and
Mhm.
been like just kind of looking at all the costumes that I've had for years and years and been like, these are still like very wearable. Like some of them might be a little weird fit because I've like lost weight and stuff like that, but
Right.
generally they're still very wearable, still very washable, still very
Mm-hmm.
caretaking. And I mean, again, like a little bit of a plug. I think Trove is still kicking around, and it's like a
Yes.
repurpose, reuse, rent costuming website that's
Mm-hmm.
been run by a female entrepreneur. So if you want to get into the repurpose, recycle, reuse, relove, rent costume bit, you can go to Trove Costumes and look them up and get into that definitely. But I feel like a lot of costumers now, just the base level, just the beginner's level, because there's so much more access to skill sets, tutorials, quality too, not
Yeah.
just like Party City wigs, because I know we've talked about this a few times before, but like quality Kanekalon or Tokyo Kalon, the thermoplastics,
Mm-hmm.
even Warbla. It is expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's much more accessible than it was, and I think that that has ramped up the amount of I guess like money to invest initially, but once you get into it, it's like a hobby that you just kind of keep growing with. The
Right.
only other thing I will say has grown huge is the idea of the cosplay influencer. We had cosplay influencers growing up, right? Yaya Han and a few of the other lovely ladies that have represented themselves in such a way.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's everybody on TikTok and they're learning dances and they're portraying their costumes and characters and their memes and all these other things that they're kind of branching into, especially with things like the Cream Puff song. from, oh gosh, I can't remember the anime. I apologize. I haven't seen this one yet. But and just the ones that get so catchy. I love Creepy Nuts. That's
Yeah.
the band that sings that song. But and so there's all these memes and stuff that people are getting viral off of, right? It is a 15 minutes of fame thing, right? If you're not ready for it, you're going to get shocked by it. You're not going to take advantage of it. But it is there. And I think that that is an entry level for the cosplay influencing side that we've not seen before. And I'm sorry for going off on that tangent. We can we can divest from this.
No, yeah, and you're right. And like, and I'll say this real quick. Then we'll get into tonight's topics. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I showed her like this. I think it was a maid outfit or a kimono style outfit off of AliExpress, and we had this conversation about how cheap the fabric is and this and that.
Oh my god,
Now,
they're so bad.
here's the thing. I went back and looked at it again. The pictures, I'm like, polyester, and I'm just like, damn. Because here's the thing, it looks nice. If it was a cotton blend, this would look great, but it's not, which also explains why it's so
No.
cheap. So,
And it's gonna be so uncomfortable, and the
Mhm.
starches and stuff that they've been putting on this stuff to make it feel smooth just wash away,
Yep.
or they get itchy after you sweat in them, or they're coated in lead. Like, I don't understand this,
Ooh.
but there's
I'm
been so
sorry,
much
what?
research
Wait,
done.
stop.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Back up the cosplay truck real quick. Lead?
Are you guys? Is this not something that's well known? I'm so sorry. But like that's the thing is that a lot of the FDA and other studies have been looking into Temu and AliExpress and all these other companies and finding that even in their children's clothing, they have exponential amounts of lead and other horrible heavy metals and toxic chemicals. Um, so when you buy something cheap, you've got a risk for things like psoriasis, inflammation, skin issues, and irritation, and all these other things. That's why you're paying so cheap. It's because it's cheaply made. It's made in places that aren't fit for human consumption, but it's so
Wow.
cheap that people don't care.
Wow.
Jesus Christ!
I'm so sorry. This is.
I thought we moved past putting lead in shit.
I can't.
In this country, we have. Other
I'm so sorry,
countries,
Dad.
not so much.
I just.
And
Yep,
as-
that's.
And as Bond 006 says, oh boy, Barry, I
God.
think we need to tell these people what we know about the
No,
textile
don't.
landscape.
I-
Not right now. Because if we go into that, we will be here until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we haven't even finished covering the friggin' podcast. All right. Let's get
Okay.
into tonight's story.
Let's rewind.
Yeah, and sadly, we're kind of starting things off on a sad note. And
Oh,
those
yeah.
of you who watched our pre-show understood why I played on the opening theme to Pokemon, which I hope and pray I do not get a thing for that. So
A strike.
look, I played Volca Panda did a cover of Yurizun the guy, the opening theme to Ray Earth. It wasn't, she used an alternate melody and I still got a strike. I was like, are you serious? Was it that good? You know? But, anyhow, so let's roll.
Yeah. So, this one's mine, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Rachel Lillis, an English language anime voice actor from Dallas, best known for voicing numerous Pokemon characters like Misty and Jessie from the original series, has passed away at the age of 46. This past May 14th, it was revealed that she was suffering from breast cancer, spreading to her spine, and needed funding for at-home care. Veronica Teller, the original English voice actor for Ash, announced the sad news about Lillis today on the social media, on Twitter. We all know Rachel Lillis for the many wonderful roles she played. She filled her Saturday mornings before and after school hours with her beautiful voice, terrific comic timing, and remarkable acting skills. So yeah, she was an extraordinary talent, bright light that shone through her voice and her speaking or singing. It's hard to talk about this. In May, a GoFundMe was established by her sister Laurie to help the voice actor recover from or diagnosis. She was at a nursing home facility in LA in January due to cancer spreading to her spine. She was no longer able to walk and required funding to hire a caregiver. Over 96,000 was raised for Lils. Her FundMe page was updated regarding the tragic news, and well, her the GoFundMe page was updated to convey the news.
Yeah.
Also, she was also Utena in a Revolutionary Girl Utena.
See, that part I didn't know because I think that was
and
around the time.
Her voice actors also passed away from cancer.
See, I didn't know about that part because I think when I got into I really didn't pay attention to a lot of voice actors at the time. I started getting a little bit more into it, you know.
The outpouring of support for Rachel has been positive for the most part. Because a lot of people have been taking on this attitude that English voice actors for anime are human and fuck them. Because some people in this world are absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
Having to come across them on my Twitter feed, and I'm just like, I'm playing the Red Man Def Jam Fight from New York clip where he goes, "I'm gonna take your tongue out and lick my ass with it." Because these people are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, they are. I mean, look, and I've said this countless times. Sometimes when we watch it dub, the voice doesn't match. It's not the end of the world. That does not give you the right to bitch at a voice actor over what they did. Yes, I've watched dubbed animes where I was not a fan of certain things. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Richard Ian Cox taking over for boy-type Ranma and Ranma 1/2. I loved what he did in Inuyasha. I was so used to Sour Strange. But I never gave him grief for that. It's not my place for that. He did a decent job. He did a decent job. And that's it. And I appreciate that he had the opportunity to do it. That's all. Sometimes when you get really familiar with some voice actors, you're like, "Oh, that's so and so," and you're like, "I can't believe he did that voice," or "That doesn't really." It happens. You just gotta just roll with the punches. I know there was a voice actress that got a lot of harassment for a role she did in Oshinoko, and I'm just like, y'all need to stop.
We move on. Yeah. I don't like talking about all this negativity.
We could definitely move on with that. So I'm going to get into this because this is something that's really, this story kind of bothers me because of the field of work that I am in. So in case you haven't heard, it seems that a bunch of animes under Netflix has been leaked. From my understanding, this was somebody either at Netflix or the production company. It's a hot mess. So Netflix basically put out a statement regarding the leaks of anime episodes. Most have been announced to stream on the service in the future. Well, here's the thing. We know they have made the announcements in Japan, but I don't think they made the English announcements here just yet. But soon enough. Netflix stated the leaks were initially reported internally before spreading online, and they had told IGN that one of their post-production partners had been compromised, and footage from several of our titles have unfortunately been leaked online. The team is aggressively taking action to have it taken down. Like, I remember, like, episodes of the new Ranma 1/2 anime were on YouTube. The next morning I check, gone. I'm like, thank God for that. Again, I'm a big fan of Ranma 1/2. That anime got me to where I am today. I'm not going to watch rips of it because it's not the high quality ones you're going to watch anyway, so why do that? Now, since we pulled this article to put part of tonight's show, there have been some updates. We have one update from localization company Iuno. Iuno says that they are aware of a recent security issue involving unauthorized access to confidential content. Protecting our clients' confidentiality and ensuring the security of their content is our highest priority. We are actively investigating this security breach to mitigate any potential risks and identify the responsible parties. When there are material changes or information, we will make further statements. And let me tell you something. Somebody who's in IT, if somebody's credentials got yanked, they can trace those credentials to see what servers they have access to all this other stuff. Believe you me, your digital fingerprints are all over. Another site or company, The Wrap, also reported on Friday that Crunchyroll provided the following statement that they are aware of a content leak ahead of one of their fall series. They've opened an investigation to identify the sources of said leak, and their team is taking action to have it taken down. According to IGN, other shows that are on Netflix and films that were caught in this leak were the second season of the anime series Arcane, Heartstopper Season 3, Gentry Chow vs. the Underworld, Plankton the Movie, and Spellbound. Anime News Network reached out to several companies regarding this affected leak, such as Netflix, Crunchyroll, Viz Media, and G-Kids for comments. And I don't think they commented at the time of this. Let's see. No, wait. Crunchyroll has released a statement. We have that. Izuno has that. We got that. Or Iuno. However they want to pronounce that. My bad. Now, initially, episodes of the new Ranma will have series, and Yukinobu Tatsu's Dan Da Dan manga and other series, there's no film, Geki Joban Monoke Karakasa were leaked to 4chan and torrent sites. That's right, I saw them on torrent sites. I'm like, nope, not messing with those. The originally leaked material included episodes 1, 3, and 4 of Ranma 1/2, the first 2 episodes of Dan Da Dan, and the entire Gekigoban Monoke Karakasa anime film. The leaks have blurred watermarks and burned-in timestamps and are low res. So they're not even 720p. These are like 360p, like VGA quality shit.
We're getting into that mid-90s real player stuff, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's considered hot with a lot of the youngins right now.
Yeah.
It's considered
hot,
sick.
hot with a side of entitlement.
Yeah, they're buying all the old camcorders and stuff to get that VHS, like not even I guess VHS quality. Yeah, It would be a good way of describing it. Yeah.
Maybe they're taking an interest in doing analog horror stuff.
If so, I welcome it. I hope that it's good quality. I know that you will be judged.
The new Magic set coming out soon is going to have an analog horror motif.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Let's see what else do we have here.
All right.
We're coming down to the end of this. So what else you need to know, that the first episode of season 3 of Re:Zero was leaked, and I was like, oh shit, we're getting a third season. No, I really enjoyed Re:Zero. It's like one of the better isekais that I have personally watched. The episode has a watermark for France's Japan Expo 2024, which happened last month. Episodes 3 to 6 of Dan Da Dan and all episodes of Skydance Animations and Production IG's Terminator Zero have been leaked. More episodes of Ranma 1/2 have been leaked. Evidently, I think it was 12 episodes. I don't know if it's the first 12, but 12 episodes have been released. Viz Media and Hot Topic plan to screen the world premiere of the new Ranma 1/2 anime at Anime NYC on August 24th. Can't wait for that. The anime will premiere in Japan on October 5th and will exclusively stream on Netflix after its broadcast. What I do know is the dubbing is already in progress. I think it might be done. So we might just find out. It could be a world premiere right after that, or we might have to wait maybe like 12 weeks or something. We'll find out. Dan Da Dan will also similarly have its English dub premiere at Anime NYC on August 24th. It will be a theatrical screening of the anime's first 3 episodes and will debut in theatrical screenings in Asia beginning August 31st. Europe on September 7th, and North America on September 13th. The screenings will expand to 50 countries and regions, including Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, and Africa through mid-September. The series will premiere in Japan in October. Netflix will stream the anime worldwide in October, and Crunchyroll will also stream the anime. Well, that's nice. It's not often you see, like, 2 companies streaming the same anime at the same time, because it's always like, oh, Crunchyroll is going to do this, and then a year later, you get that on another streaming service, you know? It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Gekijoba Mononoke Karakasa, which translates to Paper Umbrella, the first anime film in a new Mononoke film project, opened in theaters in Japan on July 26. It has no confirmed international licensee and also has not been scheduled for any international screening. Sorry.
Screaming?
I don't know.
I'm
Dragon
sure
Ball.
the international fans will be screaming.
Hey,
but,
Goku. Can you scream for me? Terminator Zero will premiere worldwide on Netflix on August 29th. Cool. The third season of Re:Zero will premiere in October. Crunchyroll will stream the series as it airs. The third season's first episode, Gekijo Gaka Akui, which translates to Theatrical Malice, will air as a 90-minute special, which is basically 4 episodes. Crunchyroll did premiere this at AX, so that's what's going down. So again, like I'm in this kind of field of work, and I'm just like, look, I'm not going to jump into that. I don't really condone piracy and bootlegging. It's one thing if what you're looking for is completely out of print, out of production.
Yeah, not licensed, not printable, lost forever media.
And you find and you cannot financially afford the box set, so you want a digital rip, like the Burn Up series. I have that. If they ever re-release the entire series on Blu-ray, I will buy that series and delete my rips. But then you got people who will bootleg because they can. That's not helping. Now that we got that out the way, Barry's gonna take us back to the old school, because Bandai's putting out some new stuff for classic anime.
I figured out all our oldie fogies. I say that affectionately in chat. Would love the nostalgia too. I can hear your cracking bones from here. All right. Mostly because I match. But anyway, if you like magical girls, Fairy Princess Minky Momo anime inspires a replica Minky stick from Premium Bandai. For many anime fans of a certain age, Fairy Princess Minky Momo holds a special kind of nostalgia. Premium Bandai noticed, and they're offering a new replica for fans who grew up with this series. If you think about it, they're a bit like Proplica, which has made new renditions of the Sailor Moon wands and compacts and things of that nature. So they are offering a new replica for fans of the series. The special Memorize Fairy Princess Minky Momo Minky stick replicates Momo's candy cane-esque magical wand. The magic item which enabled Momo to transform into her grown-up form is upscaled for grown-up hands at 27 centimeters. It comes with a detachable 150 centimeter ribbon so you can replicate her transformation sequence. The stick is decorated with rhinestones and also has light and sound features when you press the button on the wand. The device can either play the sound of Momo's transformation or the show's opening theme. Love, love, Minky Momo. Both sound choices are accompanied by pink and yellow light effects. Pre-orders are now open for it on Premium Bandai, priced at about I'd say a little less than $60, but it's about 5,940 yen, which would roughly translate to $60. But right now, because the dollar is better on the yen, it's probably closer to like 45,
and
40.
And I'm kind of salty. I never bought my yen for my trip, and it's like 145 yen to the dollar. So I'm just monitoring and just waiting. I said once it gets into the 150s, I will pull the trigger. So.
But yeah, I shared the link in chat if you guys want to view that for yourself. But yeah, it's just another little tip to the nostalgia, a tip of the hat to the nostalgia nowadays.
Many moons have passed since I've watched that. And I'm actually doing the translation, the conversion, like $40. That's not bad.
Yeah, see, I knew I'm so good at this math right now. My weeb side is showing.
Which means if it's coming through Premium Bandai, it's probably gonna run you $59.99 or something.
Yeah, I would say with shipping from JP, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $60 to $70.
I think they do free shipping when you spend a certain
amount. Let's see. I'm gonna go to their website. Woo woo woo. Bandai. Let's see. Gundam, One Piece, Dragon Ball. No, I would like Minky Momo. Let's see if they have it here. It's not even one of the top ones. They have Tamagotchi though. Sorry, my little ADHD brain got distracted. Where's Minky Momo? Minky Momo.
That reminds me, like when I was in Japan, my friend Nikki, asked me to get her some Minky Momo stuff from the collection, and that part is the items that she wanted were completely sold out. But I did find her something, and I did bring it back for her, so she was
Oh,
happy
that's so
about it. Yeah.
nice.
You know me. I try. Saying goes, all I do is try. What am I doing? Let me close out these windows. I try to close out like all like the tabs for skipping pushing stuff around in the background. That way I don't get too chaotic, cuz I think I mentioned this about a month ago. I did my normal upgrade, like update or
Mm.
upgrade whatever, restart. All of my bookmarks, all of my tabs were gone. I didn't think to save them. So
Oh,
but
gosh darn it.
I
Do you
recovered.
have it set up so that it says what tabs you have when you close it?
Opera is supposed to do that, but this is one time it didn't. So
The
on the
betrayal.
on the plus side, I did recover some stuff because I never delete my browser history. I'll clear the cache, but I will not delete the browser history. And my browser history goes back about 6, 7, 8 months or whatever. So I search that and be like, oh, okay, here we go, got this, and I leave it at that. And now I actually have a tab manager, so whenever I have to do an update or something, I will actually tell the tab manager to save everything. So in case shit goes south. So now that we got that out the way, let's see. Let's get into our next story here. That is perfect. Oh, okay, Ari. What about these references we keep hearing about in anime, or in this case, the Olympics?
Oh yeah, I've been keeping up with it as much as I could. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, it's basically like anime references everywhere at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. 27-year-old sprinter. Where is his name? Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
He won, and he, with the American flag on his shoulders, he did a kamehameha.
And there was another picture of him holding his dueling disc, and I thought that was kind of cool.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that or it was one hell of a Photoshop.
After winning bronze in fencing team foil, the French joined forces to do their own power move, reminiscent of the family kamehameha, which was a nice scene. Yeah, I'll admit it took me a while to bring it up. Japan and Argentina's volleyball teams may not be bitter rivals in real life, but their fictional representatives certainly are. Haikyuu fans are quick to rally behind Ryujin Nippon when they played their second match against the reigning Olympic bronze medalists, both out of enthusiasm for the sport and mostly ironic disdain for Oikawa. They're treated to a thrilling one when that set Japan up for qualification. The arena sent Samoa and played Fly High by Burnout Syndrome's season 2's second opening song to a very jubilant crowd. And it's got a link to the NBC stream. Let's see, Team Japan would bow out to Italy after the quarterfinal comeback, but still fun. The game also featured Bling Bang Bang Born by Creepy Nuts, the unforgettable opening song from
That's what it is. That's the... Sorry, please continue, Ari.
Mashal Magic and Muscle Season 2. Though it should have been saved for the weightlifting, okay. People of all shapes and sizes can be anime fans, and the U.S.'s Peyton Otterville is the master proof that his Super One Piece inspired Frankie entrance at Tokyo 2020 was to see about a wind-up for Luffy's Gear 4 transformation in Paris, which is almost too perfect without mirrors a shot putter's final position. He finished fourth. Italy's Lorenzo Nadella Simonelli was up to his old tricks and next while reenacting Luffy's Gear 5 laughing pose before his run at the 110-meter hurdles. Oh, pardon me.
You good.
And Colombian representative Marie Sanchez stretched her way to a silver medal while wearing Luffy-themed socks. The mixed 4x400 relay, the UK squad was seeing bronze at the deepest blue when they did their best to replicate Gojo's hand sign from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I knew I was going to hear it. The stadium, like, doesn't say the event, but they played the Ultra Instinct theme.
Yeah, I heard.
From Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I watched the video for that one. Yep.
Jordan Alejandro Diaz Fortun from Spain gave the Survey Corps salute when he did the men's triple jump.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
And the Japanese artistic swimming free routine team made a splash with their chesty performance set to a beautiful song from Near Automata.
Automata.
Yeah. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of anime stuff in like at the Olympics.
Yeah, I think that was kind of cool, you know.
Didn't see anyone dressed up as a ladybug or cat noir though. Or in the crowd.
Probably in the crowd, but I mean,
I didn't see like if someone was, they would have been all over it. Trust me.
And don't forget the guy from Turkey who shot silver, and that's
it's still pronounced Turkey. It's just they just have a different spelling now.
It's Turkey.
Yeah. Yeah, the Turkish shooter who
that spawned
Japan's saying that's like when you do really well in a freemium game, but you don't spend anything on microtransactions.
Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, we need you to do one last mission for your country. And all the fan art that spun off, and people are like, let's get an anime about this. And I'm just like, I'd watch it, you know.
Yeah, I actually did one of those myself. I will post the link into the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's ever played Fallout New Vegas will know exactly what this is a reference to. Did you see it?
I see it, but I didn't get that far in New Vegas. I really couldn't get.
This is the opening. It's the opening cutscene, pretty much.
Yeah, but
you can just say you never played it.
No, I have played it. I had a copy of the game, and I gave it to a friend of mine. So I'm like, I didn't like it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I played like maybe not even an hour into it. Let's see.
But yeah, this is him saying the truth is the game was rigged from the start.
All right, now what we got next is Mako. No, I'm sorry, Barry.
Well, it's okay.
Well, I still have her name like in the outline. I never flipped it over.
So. I know. That makes it that is confusing. I know we're both very, very striking femme individuals, so I understand.
And sassy as fuck.
And sassy as hell. But yeah, we can definitely talk about some new Chinese Transformers. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. Anime movie with 100% Rotten Tomato score. Because definitely no one can match the Rotten Tomatoes. If anybody has ever heard of Rotten Tomatoes, they are a rating site that's kind of like Yelp, where most creatives can't really pay for their score, so to speak. So they have to kind of just, you know, it's rating, but from the public, right? So with this one, it is an acclaimed anime movie, which 100% of Rotten Tomatoes is not unheard of, but it's a very rare assignment. So with this, released in 2023, the anime adaptation of the Blue Giant manga was a critically acclaimed film, and now the highly praised masterpiece is hitting an even higher note by earning a popular streaming platform as its new venue for viewers in North America. Directed by Yuzuru Tachikawa, the Blue Giant movie is lauded by critics and moviegoers alike upon its theatrical release. One of the several beloved anime films in the past few years, it's also part of a trend among anime movie adaptations. The news comes also with franchise that continues in manga form. It's considered one of 2024's best anime movies to soon stream on Netflix in North America. It primarily follows a Dai Miyamoto on his journey to become the greatest jazz saxophonist. So if you love musical anime, we've seen a lot of that recently. I think it was like As You Lie in Summer and shows like that where they base around a lot of musical notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's announced officially on the Netflix anime account on X, which is formerly Twitter, Streaming giant will host the 2023 movie Blue Giant starting September 1st, 2024, so you don't have to wait too long to view it. The film adapts the jazz-based manga by creator Shinichi Ishizuka, which launched in 2013 and had 10 tankobon volumes by the end of its run in 2016. The series and its movie adaptation follow Miyamoto Dai, who becomes inspired to take up learning the saxophone after viewing an awe-inspiring jazz performance. The Blue Giant movie was released in February 2023 and received massive acclaim and a 100% rating on the review aggregate site Rotten Tomatoes, being nominated for the 8th Crunchyroll Anime Awards and the 47th Japan Academy Film Prize for Best Animation Film. The music was handled by Hiromi Uehara, who won Best Music for her work on the movie, and director Yuzuru Tachikawa is also known for handling all 3 seasons of the Mob Psycho 100 anime, which, if I recall, I haven't seen a lot of it, but I really did enjoy the moments that I did. The concept of the anime movie's adaptation for manga instead of full seasons has become more commonplace in recent times, with a planned movie conclusion to the Demon Slayer anime being one example of this. Since the conclusion of the first series, Ishizuka is expanding the world of the series with the Blue Giant Supreme, Blue Giant Explorer, and Blue Giant Momentum, the latter of which are based in New York City. Blue Giant is set to hit Netflix on the 1st of September, so definitely get your cozy, get your snacks, and settle up for hopefully a feel-good film.
Might have to add that to my list.
It definitely is going to make it on mine.
All right, so now we're going to get into our last story of the night before we get into strange news from Japan, because Barry almost leaked it. So okay.
I'm sorry. I got excited. Look, I was going to be like, it's not any Michael Bay, but here you go.
Well, that's true, but I'll have to admit, Michael Bay's Transformers weren't that bad. I think what it boils down to, when we see a reboot of something and we're like, no, what the hell is this? 9 times out of 10, it's not really for us. It's for the newer generation coming in. I will say, like, Voltron, Legendary Defender, that was a great reboot. I don't think that was meant for my generation.
No, it was definitely, yeah.
But I will
say, still enjoyed it though.
Yeah, the fact that they took the American dub and they took a lot of elements from the original anime Beast King Go Lion and turned it into something amazing. That's why I loved it, and that's why I actually have DVD copies of it on my shelf. Well, I'd show you, but most of my DVDs are packed up. So, anywho, I just had. So we're going to talk about Chinese Transformers, which is kind of cool. The year 2024 marks the 40th anniversary of the Transformers franchise, with several projects set to be released across later this year. This will also include an animated series that was long suspected by fans of being completely abandoned. NEZA Cross Transformers. Well, we don't know if the X is pronounced or not, so I'm just saying cross for the time being. It's an upcoming Chinese cartoon that combines Transformers Cyberverse with one iteration of a Chinese legend. Announced years ago and even having toys already released, the show is finally set to come out 5 years after it was first revealed. Via the site TFW 2005 on their news release, the new trailer is available, and it shows that there's a change in the scope and the premise of it. Now, this series, NEZA Cross Transformers, was announced back in 2019, with the show uniting the then current iteration of Transformers with the 2003 animated series, The Legend of NEZA. The latter is one of many animated takes on the Chinese folk legend, with the show meant to have a mystical deity to assist the Autobots against Megatron and the Decepticons. There are also toys based on the aesthetic, but given the lack of traction, it looks like the project has been canceled. But there's a new trailer that proves that this is not the case. There are some definite changes. Retitled My NEZA and Transformers, the protagonist is now a youth named Xiao Za, who is transported to a world where both NEZA and the Transformers reside. NEZA will even have a giant Autobot body that can transform, uniting the two properties. According to the trailer, the series will have 52 episodes that will release later this year, although as of the timing of this article, a specific release or international release status have yet to be confirmed. Any further collaborations between the properties or any other Chinese exclusive Transformers shows are likely up in the air given how long this show took to create. I am legitimately curious about this. I mean, and I realize there's a bunch of other Transformers series that I've missed out on because I just forgot, or other series I've been watching, but I'm with it. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into the part of the show that y'all really enjoy more than anything else. Meanwhile, in Japan. So
I will take the third story.
let me take a look. I'm not surprised. All
Just,
right.
just the three. Just
Which
the
one do
third
you want, Ari?
I'll take the second one.
All right. And I'll go ahead and take the first story where it talks about ninja and a show. And I have to tell you about something I saw when I was in Japan. So after this article here.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of interesting. So it's going to be a new Tokyo tourist attraction created by the Japan Ninja Council called the Shinjuku Ninja Live Show. Japan is as famous for its futuristic elements as it is for its traditional heritage, and now there's a new spot in Tokyo where you can experience both at once, the Shinjuku Ninja Live Show. Ooh. Then there's a new 90-minute extravaganza as a collaborative project between entertainment company Tryhard Japan and the Japan Ninja Council, the world's only official ninja organization. The main story is directed by Denjiro Tanaka, a kabuki musician who has performed domestically and internationally, including at the opening ceremony of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. The show will introduce audiences to the ways of the ninja, Oiran courtesans, and Japanese taiko drums, which I think are really cool.
They're a lot of fun.
Utilizing kabuki production methods that have been passed down from the Edo period, which is 1603 to 1868. The event begins with DJ Time, where a samurai DJ spins tracks as audience members arrive and enjoy food and drinks. All audience members who reserve their tickets at least 7 days before the scheduled performance will receive a bento box meal and a drink included in the cost of the ticket, and you can buy additional drinks as well. That is really cool. One of the bento is a tender Japanese Wagyu beef sukiyaki set, and I remember having sukiyaki for the first time. It was so delicious. And then you have the live show, which fuses traditional performing arts with modern lighting and images to create an exciting and immersive entertainment. I'm suddenly reminded of like some of the battle themes in Naruto and them fighting like in the different wars or the tournaments and stuff. And it's just
the background music for fight scenes.
And then like lights are just blasting all over at the right timing and stuff, you know? At the heart of the story, which is completely non-verbal so people from all backgrounds can enjoy it, is a battle between rival ninjas for the sword that brings peace. Okay? That's kind of cool. As for the main live show, the Samurai DJ will return along with dancers and flair bartenders for a final performance that audience members can participate in. The experience concludes with a photo session where you can take photos with the performers to commemorate your visit. The entire event is scheduled to last about 90 minutes, and tickets are priced at 8,000 yen, which translates to $55.84. And I am going to do another conversion real quick, and yeah, it's $54.49. So you save like about 50 cents, 75 cents, something like that. That's not so bad. Let's see. I just lost my place. I am sorry about that. There we go. Now, while tickets can be purchased on the day of the event, depending on the availability, they only include one drink and not the bento. So to get your money's worth, it's best to reserve your ticket online at least a week ahead of time. And you can do that at shinjukuninjaliveshow.com. That will get you your drink and a bento for the same price. Children under the age of 6 are free, but they won't receive a drink or a bento. As for the performance times, there are currently 3 shows a day from 12 to 1:30, 3 to 4:30, and 6 to 7:30, with the reception area open 30 minutes before each start time. The shows will be held every day from weekday starting August 6th, going to September 30th. It looks like even though it's to September 30th, there will have a showings. They'll have their event in October, but dates have not been announced just yet. I'm kind of hoping that this is going on when me and CC Gray which go to Japan, because that would be so freaking cool.
Yeah, it does definitely sounds like it'd be a lot of fun.
I know. Now, to cover that, the place is now closed, but there was a restaurant here in New York called Ninja New York where it was basically dinner theater in the show. You were served by ninjas, and they would do tricks and stuff like that to bring you your food and so forth. But it was really pricey. Now, when I was in Takayama walking around Old Town, there was a place. I think it's connected to the former New York location that does the same thing. And I saw it. I was like, I was not expecting to see this. This is so cool, you know? Now that we got Barry, no, Ari, you want to tell us about these inns and not paying and stuff?
Yeah. So, tucked away in the mountains of Nagano, in a Takayama Matsukawakan looks like a very nice place to spend a night or two. The ryokan seen in the photos below boasts traditional tatami room interiors, private sauna and open air bath facilities, beautiful nature surroundings, and meals from usually locally caught wild game. It's about 45 minutes east of pardon me. Fuck, I lost my place. Where was I? It's about 45 minutes east of Nagano by station by car, and being a bit off the standard tourist route means that up until now the guests have been domestic travelers. But last week the inn welcomed its first guests from overseas, with members of the staff brushing up their English to cordially greet them when they arrive. But they never got to say goodbye because the travelers appear to have suddenly left without going through the checkout procedure or paying for their room.
Whoops.
Matsukawakan posted about the incident on its official Twitter account on Tuesday, including photos of the police officer they called to the hotel to discuss the situation, sharing a screenshot of a text message sent by the employee who first noticed the foreign travelers had disappeared. Oh, God. I don't know why I'm talking like that hurts my mouth. I don't know why. Anyway. Our entire staff was looking forward to having people from overseas and to see what a wonderful place Takayama is, and we feel so betrayed and sad. We wish it would have shown even the bare minimum of courtesy. Then that's specified given that the rural location is likely that guests have booked a package deal that not only included the rooms but meals too. This is a case of double damage to the hotel financially. The rural location might have also been wondering if perhaps a pair of travelers never returned because they met with some unfortunate accident in a nearby mountain or forest. Geez, that got morbid.
Mm.
But they left none of their belongings behind, so that's not the case. It's not clear the kind of luggage they checked in with, but even they were carrying only backpacks, which they were planning to use while out and about on Saturday. Logically, they would have left whatever contents they weren't going to need during the day excursion back at the room if they had any intention of going back. The same inexperienced overseas travelers at the inn had the inn so excited about their foreign guests seems to also contributed to them overlooking a simple way this problem could.
You all right there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Now it's just acting up. Hotels in Japan are required by law to photocopy the passports of overseas travelers, and even foreign residents of Japan are required to represent and have their resident card photocopied, which includes their name, photo, and address. The Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare website has explanation of the procedure in multiple languages, so that even hotels without multilingual staff at the front desk can communicate the requirement to the guests overseas. Where was it? Apparently, they were unaware of this requirement, and And also, unlike many other hotels in Japan, does not require prepayment at the time of check-in. Still, assuming that at least one of the two travelers are required to give their name while making a reservation, and that said name wasn't a false one, I'm still like investigators coordinating with immigration authorities should turn up at least one potential lead. They also don't say what nationality these people are, for better or worse. You still with me?
Yeah, I'm here with you. I'm just like,
Yeah, we're still here. It's just very frustrating because a lot of the a lot of the systems of things in Japan
mhm.
rely a lot on trust, and a lot of foreign nations that go to visit Japan don't understand that. And so when they go in and they do this kind of stuff, it doesn't just hurt the location, it hurts their view
Of us
of
and how,
other
yep.
of foreigners. It hurts letting other people see these beautiful landscapes and places and hotels and things like that. It hurts the fact that these people can't be kind and do this system of, oh, you don't have to pay beforehand, because now everybody's going to have to pay up front, I'm sure, and
I
they're
was
going to
gonna
have to change
say,
their policies and
maybe they
procedures.
do, and they're just being dicks about it to these people
Or
because
I
they
mean,
think
they
that they're
might,
tourists and they
and they
can.
think they can get away with it, but
Yeah,
that's the
that
biggest
exactly.
problem, is because that's one reason that a lot of foreigners can't buy or like buy real estate in Japan without a cosigner, is because of situations like this where foreigners will buy realty and then not pay it off or whatever and then leave the country. And that's like the biggest fear for the Japanese public, is that literally foreigners will come in, take stuff from them, and then just like leave without having any responsibility to their communities and stuff. Um, so yeah, that's just I'm upset. I'm upset about that. That's kind of a dick move, bro.
Really is.
It's very much a dick move.
Well, hopefully, the conscience will get the best of them, and they will actually own up
Yeah,
to it. We're hoping for that.
we hope.
Hmm?
Part of me presumes that these people are Anglophone tourists.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, let's not assume.
no, because unfortunately, there are tourists from every background that have gone to Japan and misbehaved. I mean, we've seen all the
Yeah, but
YouTubers that have done
primarily
it.
English-speaking
Mhm.
tourists tend to be the biggest
Nope,
assholes.
it's not usually. It's actually not usually if you look into the studies of it, but it's a good try. Good try though. They have a very large conglomerate of people that go, and it's not just anglophone people that are really really bad. The biggest group of them is not anglophone usually. So
Really.
yep, it's just, yeah, you got to look into it a little bit more.
One
But
of
yeah,
the
no.
remarks about it I heard was it was an English guy saying, but he said, "Now he doesn't understand. We're English. We just point at things and speak English louder."
See, no, see, and I mean, that's ignorance, right?
Well, he was an
And you
Englishman
can.
saying it, so he was just making fun of himself.
Oh, okay. I mean, at that point, I mean, but yeah, making fun of the ignorance, but it's still pointing out the ignorance, right?
Uh huh.
Especially because of the way people communicate, right? Is that a lot of it is that English speakers, if they don't think you're understanding them, we'll just get louder. We'll just get louder and more emphatic
Mm.
about how we explain things, and that's not always the best way of communicating.
Oh,
But
absolutely not.
yeah, but yeah.
All right. So now we get down to our last story coming out of Japan. Uh, Barry, what's going on with idols? I thought
Yeah, so
I
it's
thought
not much better.
we
It's not much
I
better.
thought we gotten past this. You know.
No, because I mean, it's just like when we talked about clothing and people like buying dresses and stuff and people being
Mhm.
upset about ownership. It's that parasocialism. And unfortunately, the problem is too, is a lot of what I've noticed with Asiatic countries, considering Korea, China, Japan, companies that export social or popular media or
Mhm.
popular culture as an export, right? So we
Right.
think those K-pop idols, those J-pop idols, the idol culture, just in general in Japanese culture, is a subculture of its own. Unfortunately, with that comes this idea of ownership by fans. And we've
Yeah.
seen that in the most toxic ways possible, as
Oh
well
yeah.
as the most standard ways possible. And in this case, this is actually a management company
And
punishing their star.
before
So,
we
mhm.
continue, if you're not really sure as to what Barry is talking about, go watch the first episode of Oshinoko. That's your homework assignment.
It's bad. And just a forewarning, if you're not in a good mental headspace, just like a heads up, like go read it somewhere because
Yeah.
it gets dark. But generally idol culture in Japan is seen as a very severe form of employment because you have to fulfill certain obligations with your management company, or you can be dropped, or you can even be stalked and harassed
Mhm.
in general. So as punishment for pictures of their significant other, in this case their boyfriend, an idol singer has to post goodnight photos of herself alone for 1 whole year.
Oof.
Yes. So Momoko Tojo apologized to fans and other members after mistakenly shared birthday photos. As summer started, things were on the upswing for Momoka Tojo. In June, she became a member of the idol singer group Katakoto Bank, stylized as Katakoto Bank with a star in the middle of the two words. And in July, she'd be celebrating her 20th birthday. Oh, that's so nice. But traditionally considered the start of adult life in Japanese society, the last chance to see teenage me posted Tojo in her Twitter account on July 22nd, the day before her birthday. A few days later, on July 26th, Momoko posted a photo from her birthday celebration showing her eating cake and posing with balloons and the number 20. It's not out of the ordinary in today's social media infused idol community, but what was unusual was that the photos weren't of Momoka alone, but of her celebrating with a young man, and it was just the two of them celebrating. It's long been the norm for an idol unit management and talent agency to prohibit or at least strongly discourage performing idols from dating, either through explicit contract clauses or through less than direct forms of pressure. After the photos began attracting attention online, Momoka deleted her post, which contained the images, and Karakoto Bank official Twitter account issued a statement the next day, which included an unorthodox punishment that had been placed on Momoka, in which she now has to post good night photos of herself alone every night for an entire year. Which I don't know how this is going to continue to be, if this is going to, how this is going to be proof. Because, but anyway. The statement says, before going to bed last night, Momoko Tojo mistakenly posted photos of herself and a man who could be seen as her boyfriend. Through a thorough fact-finding investigation conducted by management, it has been determined that she's currently dating him and that her boyfriend is a person from outside the entertainment industry. We have cautioned her that this is unthinkable conduct, showing a lack of mindfulness as an idol. I'm big eye rolling right now. And
I
after discussing
believe
the
it.
matter together, the following course of action has been decided on. Moving forward, Momoko Tojo will maintain a measure of distance from her boyfriend as punishment for a period of 1 year. Every night when going to bed, Momoka Tojo will, without fail, post a saying goodnight alone photo duty that will be placed upon her. Through this, we will have Momoka Tojo comply with the concept that the most important thing for an idol is to be sleep by the side of each individual fan. Oh my god, parasocialism.
Yeah.
Should it appear that her boyfriend is present in photos, please inform us. You're having your own, my god, you're having your own fans. Police your employees. Huh? This is so okay. This is, can I say a curse? Can we curse?
Yes.
This is
Go
so
right the
fucked.
fuck
Yes.
ahead.
This is
Ain't no one fucking
fucked, bro. This is so fucked. Anyway.
Barry, I just want you to know something. I mean,
I know
mean,
we curse a lot, but
no,
I'm
it's
just
no,
like,
it's not even that. I mean, this type of stuff happens here in the States, but not as extreme. It's like
no, it's
there
not
are
usually as
certain
extreme, no.
celebrities that are on social media, and they have a team that manages the accounts and sees what's posted
Well,
and so
we've
forth.
seen that with Disney, right? We've seen that with a
Yeah.
lot of
Oh,
Disney
yeah, Disney
performers
was
and like their
WWE,
purity
a bunch-
clauses
yeah,
or purity rings, and then how they rebel after they've like left that company,
I
right?
mean, it's not even
Mhm.
that.
But
I
it's
just
just
meant in some companies, it's like, well, if you tweet something, they're like the team was like, wait,
Mhm.
what? Did you really mean it? You know, that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, and they read into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Momoko Tojo, but I just can't. Oh, it's so gross for you to have your fans enable them, because like, it's the difference between like
As if these
critiquing
people don't
and
get
being
stalked already.
constructive.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And that's my biggest thing, is that she's not going to have privacy now. Like, obviously, she can separate her personal and her private life and have like an individual, like secret Instagram or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's just this is just It's gross.
Very.
So the statement goes on to mention that Karakoto's Bank's upcoming November 12th concert at Shibuya Vitz in Tokyo is going to and concludes by asking fans to refrain from making slanderous comments about Tojo's outside the entertainment industry boyfriend. Oh, you're calling for that after you yourself called upon the toxic behavior of policing one of your performers? I'm sorry.
These super creepy, idol nerds already vicariously live their lives thinking that these idols are their girlfriends or whatever.
Honestly, if they could view a healthy relationship, I think personally.
Let me say this. Let me say this. A few years ago at Anime NYC, I won the lottery to meet Guilty Kiss. So
yeah, how'd that go?
That went great. I wore my Fallen Angel Yohane t-shirt. I wore my hoodie with the purple bat on it to represent Yohane, and her voice actress loved it, and I got their cards, and I thought that was cool. Now, as I am on this line, I want you to understand, this line is pretty long, but since it was like a meet and greet, you're just in and out, so it's not that long. I saw people mostly dudes, writing these long love letters and shit. I'm just like, you cannot be serious right now.
Thirsty motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're not going to have time to hand these over,
Well, and if you look into the VTuber culture too, there's a lot of VTubers that don't don't accept food or drink donations or gifts. They don't accept letters or clothing or doll gifts or anything like that too, because unfortunately of like the mini cameras and stuff that have been found in teddy bears that have been gifted to idols before.
I think we talked about that on an episode.
Yeah, we did. We covered that. We covered that on a previous episode.
I must have not been here for it because holy shit.
Yeah, the fans, they get a little
creative.
They get a little crazy.
You say crazy, I say creative.
Obsessed.
It's a little bit of column A and column B. And I will say this: the fact that she got excited over this, in a way, I just put it on. I was like, I'm just going to represent. I didn't think she'd have time to notice what I was wearing. So, and I was happy about that. I'm good with that,
I mean, honestly, when it comes to that culture, it's definitely like, at the same time, there is the other counterpoint, right? That they did sign this contract. They should have known what they were getting into. But at the same time, I don't think that it's appropriate to have your fans police your talent. That to me is just so gross, and it's a misuse of management. And honestly, at that point, I'd just quit that company. I'd be like, why are you having my fans police me?
Just so you know, there, like, we talked about the whole Johnny Kitagawa debacle on a few episodes. You go on BBC's website and you could probably find it through Daily Motion, and you can actually find it on YouTube. There is an actual documentary about the idol lifestyle in Japan done by the BBC. You might want to sit down and watch that. So it's quite eye-opening.
Bonds in chat over here, twitch.tv/anime jam session. Weebs, nerds, they need to touch grass. No, make that a forest. And I will tell you, as a very big mental health advocate, please go touch grass. Please get outside, get some sunlight. If you're photosensitive and stuff, take precautions. But like, definitely get out, touch grass. And if you can socialize, or if you feel comfortable socializing, socialize with your pod. I know COVID is still a thing, and I'm immunodepressed. So definitely be safe, but have fun and go outside while the sun is still out. The sun is still out.
I'm looking at these pictures of Katakoko Bank. They are cute. I will probably YouTube them and check out their music and just listen. I'm at that point where I'm past all of that, And even if I get starstruck like that, it will not last long because I'm trying to talk my way through the awkwardness and move along. Case in point, when I met Jodie Sweetin and Danielle Fischel and Will Friedle, which, by the way, I'm going to have to put a leash on CC Grey Witch because she's a big Will Friedle fan. I'm going to be like, down, girl!
Get the tranks.
So, are we done here?
I think so.
Like it.
All right. I think it's time for us to wrap up the show to get the heck up on out of here. Plus, I got to make a couple of phone calls about stuff. So, The buck never stops here.
It never does.
Never.
The
Keeps on
ride
running.
never ends.
Yeah. And Bonzo Wilsick says, this segment reminds me of the film The Fan, starring Wesley Snipes, Robert De Niro, and John Leguizamo. Yep.
I haven't heard that term in a while.
Mm.
Well, that title, I mean.
Yeah. So, if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're going to let you know and tell you straight up. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our podcast, which is readily available in a nice audio listening format on any site where podcasts are available. So if you're not sure, head over to Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or even Apple Podcasts or YouTube. Search Anime Jam Session and you'll find us. And what's cool is you can leave a review, so if you could, tell us what you think. We like that too. And don't forget, check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll not just find our weekly podcast, you will find anime reviews, cosplay interviews, cosplay tips and tricks, editorials, external links to our convention and cosplay coverage, all that and a lot more at animejamsession.com. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's Anime Jam Session. Follow us in those so you know when we're going live, when we have new stories up, when there's a new episode up, all that and a lot more. And to all of you who follow us on our socials, thank you so much. We couldn't do the show without you. And if you're still hanging out with us live, down below is a link to our tip jar. So if you click on our link to our Stream Elements, Streamlabs, or our Ko-Fi, you can send us a few dollars if you like. If you want, you can just cheer us on with bits in the chat, or you can sub to the channel and give out gift subs. We really appreciate all that. All that keeps the ball rolling. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Ari.
I am over the goddamn moon that I'm not on overnight shifts anymore.
Last words, Barry.
Well, I'm back to shenanigans tonight, but thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys next time. And thank you, Seattle Berry, for those subbies. Thanks for bringing some into the fam.
My last words. I'm glad that the post-hurricane weather ripped through here. It feels good to sit here and do the show with the window open with a decent breeze, not sweating, and I have to worry about a box fan and background noise. So it feels good. I'm just hoping for a couple of more weeks of that, and then we go back to business as normal. And also, release the Eli Roth cut of Borderlands, please. I want to see the R-rated version. All right, enough about that. It's time for us to get up and out of here and transform and roll out. So, I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Yamatane.
Say good night, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
Perfect. Awesome. We're going to get up on out of here. Oh, wait. Oh. I forgot to mention. Normally, I'd say why our various hosts aren't on the show tonight, and I just realized I never mentioned why Mako-chan is not on tonight. She is prepping for a job interview, so let's send her some good luck charms.
Let's go! Yes, hype and chat for Mako! Send some hearts, let's go!
Yes, and
let's ramp up some good energy.
And Bonzo said that he saw Borderlands with the girlfriend and called it a mid-C rating film. That's because they did a DLC as a friggin' film. That's why, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to unpause. We're going to get up and out of here, so see y'all next week.
Pardon me.
Don't forget to mute.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamata ne!